Is it worth spending £250 on a deep clean? Well, you're going to watch this whole video and make the decision for yourself on this Porsche 911 Carrera T. £250, no one's going to pay that. You're way too expensive. Let's see if you get what you pay for. First, we're going to tackle the wheels. We're going to lay down our dedicated wheel cleaner first. Let that sit, rinse that off. Remove as much brake dust, dirt off the wheels. So then when we go in with our contact wash, we're not rubbing that everywhere, right? We're trying to remove safely as much as we can first. And also we're going to get into the barrels, the actual wheels themselves. So we've got full coverage throughout, nothing will be missed. Face the caliper as well, get behind that. That's it for a few minutes, and then like I said before, we're going to rinse off. It's always very annoying when we film because you never truly capture sort of how dirty something really is. Do you like a Porsche, Tom?
No.
No? How come?
I feel like, this is going to sound weird coming from me, I feel like they're too easy to buy.
What car did you drive, Tom? Honda Civic? Yeah, this Porsche are too easy to buy. Now we're going wheel by wheel and actually doing a good contact wash on the car. So I'm relaying down the wheel cleaner, face the tyre again, into the arches again. Now these have got carbon ceramic brakes, which basically means we can't be using any fallouts or ideally any acids. It's Halloween and the ghosts have seen me. Look at that over there. If you want to know how to actually properly detail and deep clean your wheels at home, go on to our playlist. There's a video dedicated there for cleaning your wheels, which is what we're doing right now. So I've gone into the barrels. Now I'm going to go into the arches and then face the tyre. The face of this tyre is not covered in horrible silicone. It's not really dirty and horrible. It just needs a little bit of agitation with the chemical that we put on there. So it's good enough to go in there with our barrel brush, our easy barrel brush, straight into the arch. Nylon brushes on these. Mindful, do not. Why am I going through in so much depth? Watch the detail video. Oh, almost forgot. These are Carcass Fusion hydrophobic spray sealant, perfect for the wheels and the body. Literally dead easy. Spray on. No dwell time needed. Rinse off on a clean surface. Into the barrels, like I said before. Into the wheel nuts. Full coverage. And watch the beading on this. What's another spell, Tom? Give me another spell. Dirtus Begonus with a pre-wash. So I'm going to cover the whole paintwork up to roughly about the door handle. Let that sit, and then we're going to rinse that off, and we'll see what we're left with. Avada Kedavra! Spooky. Now I hope that's picked up well on camera. I know it's very difficult to do that, but we're removing 80+% of all the dirt with our pre-wash because we don't want to rub all that dirt into the car because that's very naughty. That's a nice plate. What do you think? No? Why? It's nice, that plate. Do you think I should buy myself a Porsche 911 Carrera T?
Yeah, and fit all that stuff in there.
That's a challenge. Hey, you could do it because you could tow it. Yes, they do a Pacific detailing trailer. So imagine you tip, mate. How much is that Bentley?
Just £2,664 a month.
And next we're going to snowfoam the car. Coloured snowfoam is optional extra. Alien Magic's coloured snowfoam, check it out, it's awesome. They have like green, blue, purple, orange. Oh my God, James, you forgot to lift up the white. I know, James. snow foam sat on the car for about 3 minutes. So all I've got to do is rinse that off, and then we want to go in with our contact wash and our brush work. I'm gently removing to the rubbers where the bottom of the door is, so the door seal rubber. Now I'm not going point blank range, I'm just removing, like with the pre-wash and the snow foam, as much dirt as we can before we go in with all that sort of detailed brush work. There are some bug splatters that are still on the car, so before going with contact wash, I have got a bug remover. This is Bug Out from Car Pro, great little product. You don't need to actually go buy a bug remover. To be fair, a stronger citrus pre-wash or maybe a strong all-purpose cleaner. I just have this on the van. So all I'm going to do on those isolated areas, I'm just going to spray that on, let it dwell, and then rinse off, because I want to remove as much off the car as possible before I start contact washing the car. There's one stubborn bug splatter there. I'll remove that with contact wash, but if the car was ceramic coated, you know, maybe that wouldn't have happened. So that's the wheels, the arches, the face, the tyre, the pre-wash, the snow foam, all done. And as you can see, I've not done the contact wash yet, and the car, for most people, is clean, but there's other people's clean and my type of clean. A lot of people will be happy with that. I'm not, because now I've got contact wash and do all the brush work. Also, we have our 2 buckets with our grit guards, we have various mitts and brushes, because it's 250 quid, Tom. They poked my eye out then with that wiper. See that then? I was like that. Guys and girls out there, if you want graphics also put on your car like they've done here with the 911 Carrera T, we can do that for you as well. Detail brush work with our feather tipped detail brush. So it's to get into all the areas that I may have missed with the actual sort of microfiber wash mitt, which I would not have been able to get into all those grills, or would not be able to get into those plastic sort of areas. So nice feather tipped detail brush will allow me to get into, excuse me, all those areas. Down the lettering and gappage, whole car. Is your local car wash doing this? As we found out, they don't, right? Petrol cap into all those areas, behind actual petrol cap itself, into the door panel as well, behind the door rubber for the tip brush, right in there, can you see that? Getting behind there as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to really cover that underneath the frunk, because all that water is then going to drip down onto the carpets and round here, so we don't want that. But what I will do, because it's metal, I can just with a microfiber cloth and a bit of APC, I'll wipe that at the very end when we are sort of doing a deep clean on the frunk. I'm going to leave the gap there so I can get low pressure water to remove the majority of that, lift it up, have a look if there are any areas, and I can wipe them down, or again, low pressure water, get rid of all that, if that makes sense. And finally, for the contact wash, I'm going to go underneath the car with my secondary mitt, right underneath. Obviously no one's going to see it, doesn't really matter, it's a deep clean, so everywhere gets cleaned. Now all I've got to do, rinse the whole car, and then when I do an iron fallout, let that sit, rinse, you'll see harsh metals which will be bleeding off the car, and we can safely rinse that away, and then we'll have a look around and see if there's any tar spots. If there are, we're going to remove them as well. You turn the pressure washer on. Would help, mate, yeah. Next, for the deep clean on the exterior, is Easy Carcass Aurora. It's an iron fallout remover. Spray it onto the car and the whole exterior of the paintwork. It's safe for your wheels as well. It's safe to get overspray onto your glass, it's fine. But what you'll see is parts of the car where there's any harsh metals, it's going to start turning purple or maybe even green, depending on what harsh metals are on the car. Generally it always turns purple. Don't want to let the product sit on there any longer than sort of 5 minutes. We don't want any chemical staining. Just a rule of thumb, anywhere from 2 to probably 5 minutes. But we're not in direct sun, it's super cast over. It's gloomy, it's horrible, slightly damp. So it can sit on there for a little bit longer if we need to. Now we've done the iron fallout, rinse that off. There's some isolated areas around the car. Now a few people have been reaching out to us in the comments. Do not put a oil-based product, which tar and glue is. This one's from EZ Car Guys GTR, through a snow foam lance. Water and oil does not mix. Do this instead, okay? Ideally, make sure the car is completely dry if you're doing it textbook, but any isolated areas you can see, well, I can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera. All I'm gonna do with my GTR tar and glue is just slowly apply that onto that area where there is bitumen, which is what it is from the road, those tar spots. If I need to, spray, let it sit, and then after a minute or so, just like with an iron fallout remover, when you spray it in the car, see it bleeding, you'll see the tar bleeding also, and then just very gently, don't be aggressive, it'll come away and let the chemical do the work. So where my little finger is there, you'll be able to just see a little bit of tar on there. So all we're going to do, least aggressive method first, spray a bit onto a microfiber cloth, dot and dab the area, and it's come off straight away. Very important point to note when it comes to wrapped cars or cars with graphics. Now you're using a product that removes glue, tree sap, residue, and obviously tar off your car. If it gets behind the wrapper in the corners, it's going to start peeling. Yes, you can use it on wrapped cars or cars with graphics, just don't be a dick. Also a big one, do not neglect getting into the door shuts as well, because you'll be surprised the amount of sort of grime, tree sap, not so much tree sap, but more sort of like road grime and tar spots will get into those areas that always get missed. Now again, be careful with stickers. Same before, like I mentioned with wraps and graphics, just be careful. And we don't want to be covering plastics with a tar and glue remover as well, because if it dries, you're gonna have problems. If you've used a lot of products, ideally you want to snow foam it, let it sit, then rinse it off. If you're on your spot doing bits around the car, all you gotta do is rinse it off, and then we can start applying our protective products. And to finish off, we're going to apply a product called Elixir, which is a hydrophobic sort of polymer sealant, which is this stuff. You can get from the guys at EZ Car Care. 5 ml of this into your snow foam lance. Apply it when the car is wet and clean. Literally no dwell time, rinse it off, and it'll protect your car for weeks. All links below for everything that I'm using for discounts that you can get on EZ will be below this video. Which looks really bad on camera though, because you can't actually see it go on. Very difficult to see it on camera. Sorry, Tom. No dwell time. It's already gone to work, as you can see there. I mean, you can see on the glass it's already beading. I mean, I've not even rinsed it off. So the product is literally getting to work straight away. All I've got to do is rinse it off, and then we're protected for a good 6 weeks, depending on sort of travelling and driving. Now this Elixir from EZ isn't the only type of products that you can sort of buy. There are other products like this. I think Dual do one called Flex. There is Auto Bright, they do one called, not Auto Bright, Auto Glim do one called Polar Seal. Koch Chemie do a great one as well. So there are other products out there. Try them, see what you like, but EZ Car Care, the guys there really look after me, so I've been using this, and look at that. Awesome. Now with me dedicated Chinese pet hair blower that got sent to me from China. Is then going to blow all this out. Now, any areas that I can't get on my blower, I'm going to go over my drying towels and just pick up those last bits of stagnant water. Now, you can use something called spotless water if you didn't already know what that is. It's filtered water. Ideally, you want to do that, guys, at the end of the wash process, or if it is an incredibly hot day, then okay, cool, do it from start to finish. But you want to save yourself some decent amount of money. Don't always use spotless water. Use the customer's water, and at the very end, like we've just done, use spotless water from your tank. Righty, so I've got my Kirkland microfiber cloth and just getting underneath the frunk I'm just wiping it down because we don't want to leave any water spots. Got a little bit of APC on the cloth, nothing crazy, just sprayed it once and then making it look really nice and lovely and clean. Exterior detailed, washed and dried. All I've got to do is dress the tyres at the very end. Now we're tackling the interior. It isn't incredibly bad, but everywhere still needs cleaning, wiping over, and then making sure it is super clean. Starting, like I said before, after we've wiped all that, with the carpet within the trunk. Frunk? Do you know what I call it? Frunk. Keep on saying trunk. So we'll spray a bit of our sort of chemical all-purpose cleaner, let that sit for a minute or two, and then vac that away. Fruit?
Front boot.
Front, but hey. That might be something new you've just started there. Yeah. Fruit.
So that's a fruit.
Front boot. That's brilliant. Well done, Tom. From now on, every video moving forward, it's a fruit.
I reckon the car would do this.
Of course it would. What I've got here, if you're wondering what it is, it's a pumice stone. I can't remember where I bought it, but it's great at removing all that dog hair without necessarily damaging the carpet. It's the most aggressive you can go without risking damaging the actual fibres of the carpet themselves, like so. Still aggressive because it's a stone, right? But it's a pumice stone. I think people use this on the feet. They use it on the feet
To get off the dry skin.
to get dry skin,
Yeah.
and also can use to get out dog hair out of carpets. If you like the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment because I do read and I reply to every single one of them. If you think 250 quid is too much, then don't book me.